at the start for the Wyfold Challenge Cup. This is the Coxless Fours event for clubs, and we've got Royal Chester Rowing Club in the blue on the left of our picture and City of Oxford Rowing Club on the right.
And now we have no cocks involved, and now the athletes do have to maintain the steering. And here both crews cleanly off. Again, Oxford City seems to be a little bit more towards the middle, but actually the athletes, the pedals are far apart.
Yeah, nice and far apart. Don't want to get too far apart. I think the City of Oxford crew, on my money, have got the better line here, closer to the middle. As we move up the course and take a look at them through the middle of the course, well, yeah, we've got a little bit of an advantage there from Royal Chester in blue over City of Oxford in their red, white and blue. Looks like Royal Chester are relaxed and rowing a little bit longer, a little bit stronger, as we see the two-man there, who is making the calls, and he's also steering. Henry McGarver, 25 years old, making the calls. He's giving quite a bit of chat there to his crew, a bit of coaching and also steering.
Must be one of the talkers. Some people just seem to be able to pull hard and talk, and most people can't. They do a really good job of marshalling the crew here, and also looking at this rowing here, how their finishes, how loose and clean and they are. They just let go of the boat. They don't hold on too long and get it stuck in their bodies. It just releases the hull nicely.
Yeah, somehow it's one of those sports where the simpler you make it, the faster you go, but it's really hard to make it simple.
It is, and it's not like they don't finish the stroke off. They really do finish it off, but they're not yanking in and digging the blade in the water. They just, I always think the release is, the release is literally that. You're releasing the boat to run. It's not an extraction. You just let the boat go, and you get the reward for all the work you put in.
Beautifully put, exactly right. And you know, a lot of it is about the rhythm and the flow that you can get out of the craft. After all, it is on the water, it's fluid dynamics in action. You've got the combination of the mechanical movements of the oars, the biomechanical movements of the athlete, and then the fluid dynamics of the boat and the hull in the water. Makes it really complicated, but like you say, to move it well, you've just got to keep it super simple.
Yeah, and it's hard to explain until people get coached, and one day they do a stroke and it's like, oh, now I know what you're trying to get me to do. And then it's easier for them to replicate. But here, Royal Chester are doing a great job of this.
Yeah, really nice rowing there from the Royal Chester crew. And I mentioned Henry McGarver, who's got the steering foot and is making the calls. But you can see a bow Andrew Tudor, Henry at 2, Chris Sim at 3, and Alexander Bain at stroke, 27 years old. And well, they'll be pretty happy with this performance today. Matthew Pinsent, the umpire there, we can see behind, keeping a watchful eye over both of the crews. And you know, I think City of Oxford here have been straying a little bit more towards the centre line, while Royal Chester have just stayed out of trouble ahead and slightly out of the middle of the picture. Now, we should say that the crews actually race against the stream here. There's not too much flow on the river, but you probably, you know, would think, well, it's better to be on the side away from the centre. It proves statistically over the decades that there's no real advantage. Some years there might be one or other, but on average there isn't an advantage.
Yeah, and also, I mean, it makes the race longer. It's already more than 2K, and the water makes it longer. And then also, because you're timing to the steering, you're going into the stream, it does affect the steering more than if you were with the stream. And here, Royal Chester really quite comfortable by the end, actually.
Yeah, nice, calm, controlled row from them. Mature rowing. A bit of chat from Henry in the 2-seat, has coached the crew across the line very nicely. And well, it's a great clean victory then. You can see they're pretty happy with that work today. Royal Chester winning over the City of Oxford Rowing Club in the Wyfolds.